It's your boy, Terrible Internet 123 here, ready to finally, hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, that is, go over the other stuff from filming today. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since I did the first stream, and I tried streaming twice, since then, but it didn't really work, but now it seems to be, a good time to start up again. So, I'm going to do it, and hopefully, we don't run into as many issues as before the first time around. I'll wait for some people to pile in. I'm just going to share the link very quickly. And let me just grab the link. Okay, trying again. It's weird because I just clicked my own live stream, so I can hear myself. There we are. Let me just tweet it out as well, so everyone knows I am in fact live and we're trying again. I apologise for the amount of stop starts today. It wasn't intentional. It was just something that ended up happening. So I apologise for that. How's everybody doing? We got a lot of stuff to go over. I missed a lot of stuff. So I'm looking forward to going over with it all with you today. Or, this evening, I should say. And yep, everyone's... for some reason, if you're in the chat, just say hi, because I can't see the chat for some reason. My chat isn't loading. That's annoying. If anyone is in chat, just feel free to leave a message, because I cannot see it, which is quite annoying. Oh, hi. Okay. Yes. Okay. We do have people. It's just slow. It's just slow for me loading in. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. Yeah. I'll just wait for a couple more people to pop in. Just be waiting. Just gonna wait a sec, just so people know I am live. Because I've tried a couple of times to do this stream, and it's not gone to plan. So yeah, hopefully this time though, everything's gonna work fine. Everything seems to be operational. I've just used the internet for the last hour or so, and it's all been fine. So my hope is, I think we're good. I think we're okay. Wi-Fi good now? I believe so. Yeah. If you are just joining this stream, make sure to like it, because I think some people... I was just in the middle of Curse of Alton. Can't wait for the 60 years that I love Neil Patrick Harris. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's just get right into it. You know what? If people join late, they join late. Not my fault, but make sure you like the stream if you are just tuning in. Also subscribe if you want to chat. I probably should say that later when more people are in here, but So anyway, starting off with the first thing I haven't spoken about. Let me get it up. Unit was spotted on set a couple hours ago. The same unit soldiers we've seen before. Same uniform, same everything. David Tennant also returned to set shortly after I stopped streaming, ironically, after a lunch break, which is funny because, it always seems to be after I finish. So that dance, yeah, we're going to get into that. But look at the entrance. Actually, let me turn on the volume for you guys. Boom, there we are. Listen to this entrance that David Tennant gets. Yeah, everyone's very, very excited to see David, and I would be too. Yeah, amazing stuff. And then we had, the next thing was, we've had a few new shots. I will say, obviously, this isn't the best example, but there's been so many better images today. I don't know whether people just brought good cameras or what, but the image quality between this episode and every other episode that's filmed so far has been ridiculous. The jump up between this and the last one was crazy. Good afternoon from Canada. It's Starry Support Day. Well, thank you. I actually appreciate that because we've had a bit of a rocky one today because I tried to stream earlier. It didn't work. But thank you. I really do appreciate the £8.96 super chat or the $13.99 Canadian dollars. Very much appreciate that. Everyone loves, like, Canada's so nice to me. Everyone who seems to donate, like, there's just loads of people donating from Canada. You love to see it. But yeah, there seems to be a lot more higher quality images today, which is cool. Obviously, we have these ones, which I think we've seen before, but just in case I've not covered them. David Tennant filming there, and you can see the big truck that he stops in the middle of the street there. So apparently, I don't know whether I mentioned this in the last stream, but so the glasses were a mistake take. They were just for rehearsal take. I kind of hope they keep them in, because I think they kind of like look good on the outfit, unironically. But yeah, and then yeah, more shots of unit soldiers, and then we got some marching unit soldiers in video form, which I'll show you guys now. You see here, it's a very cool outfit. Like, it's more militaristic than previous unit outfits. Like, the closest in terms of design is probably the Series 8 one, because that had the big, that had like a proper army hat, but it wasn't as armoured, I don't think. And I think that the logos are a marginal redesign of the one we've seen in Flux. They're pretty much the same. I think just there are a few less lines on the Earth symbol in the unit logo. I think that's the main distinguishing factor. Yeah, so that's unit. Very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. We also had another shot of unit. I think this is just the same shot but from another angle. I can show you guys it anyway if you want. Might as well. Be thorough. Yeah, so we got a bunch of unit soldiers. You can see everyone with their phones out watching. Like you can hear just the camera shutters, the constant camera shutters. Yeah, people seem to have brought good cameras today. Like I can actually, you know, there's actually like quality. I can actually see what's going on in these ones. But yeah, so that was unit. And then yeah, another unit image. And then actually BBC News dropped an article about it. And I kind of want to go over that because it's actually mental to me that the BBC did an article about it. We love you, thanks. Thank you. Unit look awesome. They really do. Yeah, as I said, they look most similar to how they did in the Capaldi era, but like even more armored. I love your excitement and enthusiasm. Thank you. Thank you. I love it too. I love being excited. But yeah, I want to read over the article. So Doctor Who actors spotted filming in central Bristol. Doctor Who stars David Tennant and Neil Patrick Harris have been seen filming in Bristol for the show's 60th anniversary episode. Interesting that they refer to the episode as just one. I think that's more because they probably wouldn't want to confirm multiple though. And it's not that it deconfirms multiple because obviously they can only go off of what's been officially announced, and the only thing that's been announced is you know, all these people are taking part somehow in the 60th anniversary. They've been deliberately vague with the wording, so I don't think this is, you know, deconfirmation of anything. It was the first time Harris had been seen on set since the involvement was announced yesterday. During filming, Tennant could be seen in his classic trench coat protecting the occupants of a car while crowds were running away. The show celebrates its 60th anniversary. It was recently revealed that star of Sex Education, Ncuti Gatwa, will be taking over from Jodie Whittaker to become the show's 14th Doctor. But mystery still surrounds Tennant's involvement, having previously played the role between 2005 and 2010. So yeah, they also mention here that this wreckage, I didn't pick up on this, but apparently this is a wrecked plane. This here is meant to be a wrecked plane, which implies to me that this episode could be a lot more... Oh, we had a spammer, that's annoying. Could be a lot more catastrophic and bigger than I think we might think. So that's interesting to me. Like, you know, because obviously we've seen like riots in the streets, cars blowing up, but now seemingly a potential plane crash. So I think the scale of this episode is going to be like off the charts. But carrying on, we also got a shot here, as you can see. I'm going to go more into detail about this one, but look at this. He's just chewing up the scenery there, is Neil Patrick Harris. You love to see it. Eager fans crowded into Baldwin Street and Clare Street in the centre of Bristol to watch production. So that's, for those of you who want to know where it was, it's Baldwin Street and Clare Street. During filming, some cars were set on fire, and vehicles bearing the logo of UNIT, a fictional United Nations agency, have also been spotted. The BBC is not responsible for content of external sites. View the original tweet on Twitter. And then it was basically just, you know, people talking about how cool it was as fans to see all this stuff filming. Very, very cool. Very nice to see the BBC actually, you know, doing an official article on this. I wasn't sure they were going to, but it's cool that they did. And yeah, so apparently there's been, you know, oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I hadn't seen this. So obviously we'd seen before that Henrik's what is the spam message? It's just the word Lucy. I still don't get what that means. I don't get it. Put slow mode on. Yeah, I might have to. Also, yeah, annoyingly, you normally have to be subscribed. No, this is still part 2. The other ones had to be deleted and or ended prematurely due to internet issues. But yeah, I might have to turn on slow mode. Give me 1 sec. Edit. Customization. I'm going to turn on slow mode. I'm going to give it about, yeah, there's just loads and loads and loads of spam bots. Alright, I'm going to stop that. Let me put on 10-second slow mode. I think they might be subscribed. Yeah, that's annoying. I thought that would solve it, but it doesn't seem to have. Well, I've turned on slow mode for a bit now, so it should be a bit easier. Just for 10 seconds, just to lower the amount of spam. But, yeah, what was I talking about? So the Henriks. So Henriks is a store that Rose worked at in Rose, and it got blown up by the Autons. Now, what's interesting about this is that this seems to be an almost 1920s inspired poster for that. So it adds to my theory from earlier that, like, this isn't taking place, you know, in present day or the past necessarily. I think it's all sort of a mixture of, like, a bunch of different time periods, because as we've seen before, some of the posters say things like, you know, 2014, others say things like this year, other things are showing like pictures from like 1920s and 30s and stuff. So it leads me to think that there's something more to this than just a modern day invasion, featuring perhaps like Beat the Meat from Celestial Toymaker. Also, the end of times on a sign, neat reference, if it is intended to be a reference. And again, there's been a lot of visual, like visual nods to the previous parts of the Russell T Davies era. So, like, it adds to my theory that that's a deliberate thing to show that, like, the toy maker is making this an ideal sort of universe, an ideal world for the Doctor to occupy. I think that's what's going on there. Are the Cybermen coming back? Not that I've seen, but doesn't rule them out entirely, I guess. I haven't seen anything about them there as of yet. So yeah, we got a shot of David Tennant here. These nice shots from the BBC article of Neil Patrick Harris and David Tennant. This was, I don't know. Oh wait, who is this? Oh, it's David Tennant. I couldn't see him way in the back there, but yeah. These are unit soldiers, I think, getting ready. So yeah, there's unit soldiers getting ready. I think this is a neat collage of the David Tennant filming. That's cool. Crop quality through second vid. Also, someone is walking around shouting David. Not sure if it's related or not. Can't really hear that, but yeah, you can see David Tennant filming there. It's funny how some of these look like, you know, like proper 1080p nice images, and then other ones look like, you know, they shot on like a Nokia brick. So yeah, David spotted here again, and you can see as well the civilians are going like mental. Like, you can sort of see here, like, someone appears to be opening what looks like some sort of case or like trolley, and are just grabbing all the stuff that they can, implying that like stealing stuff to me. Now this is interesting. Apparently, so this is obviously Catherine Tate and Bernard Cribbins and David Tennant. Now some people did speculate that this might be a stunt double. I'm not sure whether that got confirmed at any point. But it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see if that was the case. we got a better image. We got a better look at that same image there. I think it probably is Bernard. Great, more great shots of Tennant there. He just does look great. And then we come to what's probably the most iconic piece of filming so far. I'm not sure whether this was an outtake or meant to be in the scene, but like David Tennant and Neil Patrick Harris start doing the waltz together. Which is very fun. I can already tell Neil Patrick Harris is going to be a blast of a villain. I can already tell. Better angle of David Tennant here. Let me get it. If it'll let me zoom in, which I think it won't. That's annoying. There we are. For some reason it wouldn't let me zoom in. Now it won't load. Please tell me my internet's fine. Okay, it's my internet's fine. It's just the... Oh, please just tell me the internet's okay. Okay, we just won't cover that one. Okay, so apparently this is, again, David Tennant shots. Bit blurred. Another shot of... Ooh, okay. This was where they took the picture for Russell's Instagram then. Because that was made an official post shortly afterwards. Unit team having a break. Catherine, David Tennant, and Bernard are appearing to be on set. There was an interesting shot of what appeared to be Catherine Tate with Bernard Cribbins' wheelchair, but Bernard Cribbins wasn't in the wheelchair. Wilf wasn't in the wheelchair. Filming a few more takes here. I believe this is like the same take as what we saw earlier in the day. It's just, you know, different angle. As you can sort of see, it carries on that whole thing of like absolute chaos. People stealing stuff. Very similar, in fact, to what happened in Stone Earth, where the Daleks obviously invade and the world goes to pot, everyone starts raiding everything. Very similar in vibe and tone to that. That's the wrong tab. Yeah, so there's the Mini from yesterday fully ablaze. I'm wondering what the significance of the Mini is. Maybe it's just someone's car, like a random, like, side character's car, but we have seen a lot of it. Which is interesting. I'm assuming it is just like someone's car that's been destroyed, but like I find it interesting that one in particular has garnered so much. Just a lot of reposts of David and Neil dancing. Tennant does like a little hop, I assume, to prepare for like a little scene, which is fun. He looks great, man. He looks great in the part. Like I'm really enjoying seeing him back in the role again. Like I wasn't sure whether it was going to feel fresh because we as fans, you know, we see a lot of Tennant, you know, in spin-off media and stuff. But just seeing him on screen, on set, in costume again, I don't know. It's just like it's just been incredible to see. Also, there's about 175 of you watching this. If you are new to the stream, be sure to like it. Also, if you want to chat in the chat, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll carry on. Hello to, who was that? Hello to Zion. Zayn, I think. Zayn, I think. Yeah, so there has been speculation about the Celestial the Toymaker being a Time Lord because someone pointed out to me on Twitter that he was not Twitter, sorry, YouTube comments saying that he was originally apparently meant to be a Time Lord, but he got retconned into being an Eternal, and perhaps they're retconning him back, possibly. See, I don't really mind too much. It doesn't really bother me. Like, I mean, he was never confirmed to be that in the actual Toymaker story. I think that was an expanded media thing. So, I don't know. That inconsistency, just, it doesn't really mean a lot to me. But yeah, unit soldiers, I mean, that is indeed an inconsistency. It might not be. But I can see why people would think he might be a Time Lord given the 2 hearts in the announcement. Yeah, this is more of the chaos of the extras. I love that, like, there's someone who seems to be carrying a guitar, but it's also got, like, a box on the end. I don't know what that's meant to be. Look at it, because it's got, like, a sort of... Like, it almost looks like it's got strings attached to the wooden part, but then it's like a box. I don't know what that is. And the car skids off. The Toymaker's definitely enjoying this. I think the 10th Doctor's trying to calm everyone down, and and the toy maker's just reveling in the chaos. Again, kind of give me vibes of the end of Dark Water, where the Doctor's encouraging everyone to flee, and then you know, Missy's just like, oh, come on, it's just a mad Scotsman. You know, there's probably another match on. Like, thank you for my impeccable Missy impression. Making the time like it's cringe. He's an all-powerful god. I do like the idea of him being eternal. I'm just not that bothered either way. I just don't mind. I do like Eternals though, so I wouldn't mind if he was out either. I don't mind either way. So yeah, this one was another interesting one of the extras. You can sort of see here, like one of the person's grabbing trolleys and like throwing them on the ground. So it definitely seems like in whatever, like wherever this is, they like there's no control. Everything's gone to pot. The Doctor is trying to stabilize or figure out what is going on here, but it's all just gone too far. The toy maker's probably done something, and chaos has ensued. I can't wait to see this on screen. It looks so big scale. I think it's going to look phenomenal in like the proper cameras with Rachel Talalay directing. Every time I remember Rachel Talalay's directing, I just get a little bit of like a smile, you know. So yeah, we also got these shots of David like with all the fans and Catherine as well, looking like absolute rock stars. And I love this edit. Someone did an edit of Tennant in the original outfit. I think that's neat. I think it'd be cool if we saw the original outfit, but I don't know whether I'm in the minority here, but I really like his new outfit and possibly might like it even more than his original. But you know, you didn't hear that from me. Like, you know, I like both, but and yeah, so people seem to be fighting here. Again, you've got another person with a trolley, so it looks like they're like, you know, vandalizing, proper invasion, end of the world stuff, as that guy said on that little placard thing, and the end is nigh. What is that? Is someone carrying a table as a weapon? I'm really analysing the scene here. I want to like... So yeah, that car skids off again. You can see Catherine Tate and what appears to be Bernard Cribbins here, sort of in frame. Or is that... No, that's the extra. That doesn't look like Bernard Cribbins. That's the extra, I think.
Oh my god.
And then you can see the toy maker. It's kind of encouraging the Doctor to be all excited over this. But, like, the Doctor's not having any of it. I'm really enjoying just seeing this. Like, the hop we've seen. We got some lovely pictures of... David and Neil Patrick Harris, that actually look like decent quality, which is nice. Also interesting to note, the weird, like, sort of British stuff in the back here. Now, obviously, this is just my overactive Doctor Who brain trying to piece it together to any, like, you know, Doctor Who episode possible. But it's kind of giving me vibes of, you know, in Idiot's Lantern, when they go back to the coronation and they've got all, like, the British iconography all over there. It kind of reminds me of that. So maybe that feeds into the time theme. Maybe that's taken from then or something. You know, that's probably a massive stretch on my part, but, you know, just me speculating there. I think I showed these images before. Another close-up shot of Tennant here, which I think is the same one, but just zoomed in to focus on Tennant. People running away, chaos, proper like smoke and like traffic and... Is that... No, that's not... No, I wasn't... I thought that was Catherine Tate for a second, but no, I think it's just someone with red hair. But yeah, humanity, like, they seem to be just falling apart. Yeah, like, as someone in the side said, arguing there. Interesting. See people with like the big mics to Doctor Who's biggest fan. That was funny. That's funny. So yeah, this is more, the end is nigh. Guys here, like, it's full on just chaos erupting. It's very fun to watch. I can't wait to see what the context for all this happening is in the episode. Oh. Yeah, so that's that. Another shot of them dancing, which is the same one. Yeah, and these were the two I wanted to talk about. So in this one, you've got the toy maker looking very, very sinister. He is, the more I look at him, right, I know he's probably the toy maker, but yeah, you've mentioned Mr. Spellman there from, is it, yeah, Day of the Clown. That has been suggested that he looks like that guy. Also, other suggestions include the Nightmare Man from Strange Adventures as well. He kind of gives me vibes of both of those, and he also gives me vibes of the toy maker, so it really could be any of those three. I'm banking more on the toy maker for the sheer fact that, what do you call it? Like, one of the signs literally said the greatest toy maker in the world, things like that. So, I'm banking more on it being him now, but, like, I would not be surprised. And yeah, so the other one, I was going to say, I mentioned this earlier, Catherine Tate with the wheelchair, Bernard Cribbins is not in it. Apparently he ran off, so that's interesting. And it's actually a good quality image there. So that's interesting to know. And then, so apparently the graffiti had like some codes on it. We know that it said Flux on it, so that's interesting. David and Catherine on set, looking like they're having the absolute time of their lives, which is great. Again, David Tennant hamming it absolutely up, looking great. And then you've got a close-up of him trying to stop the trucks, as well as, I think this was like when he was, you know, talking to a crew member, but this one is in shot, and he just looks like Tennant. He looks like the 10th Doctor. I mean, of course he looks like David Tennant. That is David Tennant. What I'm saying is, he looks like the 10th Doctor in that shot more than most. It's like when he's trying to shush Jackie in, is it Doomsday? I don't know, it's very similar to that. Or like in Fear Her, where he's like, fingers on lips. Remember that? We got a shot of Neil Patrick Harris, not in the suit. I say not in the suit. He's got the shirt and the waistcoat on, but the jacket is absent and the top hat is absent here. So that's interesting. And then I wanted to get the official shot of Neil Patrick Harris. Not that it matters, because I think it's already here, but you can sort of see here, this was officially posted by Russell T on his Instagram. It depicts Neil Patrick Harris in his sort of... So my vibe is, right, if it is someone like the toy maker, they're getting multiple outfits, or it is someone like Mr. Spellman from SJA, who obviously shapeshifted a lot in that story. Love that the show's feeling alive and grand again in terms of scale, tons of extras, massive budget, Chibnall's are so small in scale, isolated compared to this. Absolutely agree. The toy maker makes sense for a regeneration gone wrong ep, as his first story was meant to be a regeneration story. That's true. That's a good point. I didn't think of that, but yes, very good point. I agree. I'm going to pretend like I came up with that. No. That was a good... not much happening at the moment, so yeah, it's just David Tennant here. Someone pointing out the parallels between him calling the taxi, and I believe that's Runaway Bride, and him here getting in the car to go, I think. Tennant running here, I'm not sure what this is. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just him running. So this is the same scene about him like stopping the cars, which probably doesn't work. I'm gonna put money on that now. I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a similar situation to what happened in Midnight, where he tries to control the scenario, but either due to the toy maker's meddling, or you know, just how chaotic the situation is, he's just not gonna be able to bring reason and logic to people. So that's gonna be a failing effort, I think. David Tennant on set with the glasses again, looking very dapper. I really hope the glasses make it into a scene. Apparently they're a mistake, but I kind of hope they make it in. A truck here, as well as a city shot with Tennant, another shot of that broken plane bit, and a unit soldier. I think we've seen those before. It's hard to tell sometimes which ones we've seen and which ones we haven't. Okay, this is new, I think. So this is Neil Patrick Harris looking very sinister, wandering around the scene. Some people have suggested that the Neil Patrick Harris look that he's wearing now is a disguise. I don't think it's a disguise as such because he still kind of looks evil, but I do think he has multiple outfits in the episodes. Because obviously the announcement picture that we had was, you know, an official, like, it wasn't from anything else as far as I can tell, so that implies to me multiple outfits. Another shot of the taxi. This taxi, as I said before, has been everywhere. It was at the Camden filming, it was at the Cardiff filming, and now it's at the Bristol filming. So I'm assuming that this is how they're going to traverse the story in what you call it? Is it Sean's taxi? So here's my guess, right, as to why they're in the taxi. I'm guessing that first episode, right? TARDIS, as it normally is post-regeneration. I mean, then again, apparently Jodie's not regenerating in the TARDIS, but the TARDIS could still go wrong somehow. Like, maybe the fact that Tennant has his old face back is kind of like a time anomaly thing. I'm reckoning, for whatever reason, right, TARDIS is, you know, like, out of whack. Because I think, you know the stuff we saw of Donna and Thingy getting in the TARDIS? I think that comes, like, at the end of one of the episodes. I don't think that's the start. I think that's the end. Even though we've seen it first, obviously, as we know, filming stuff very rarely happens in sequence. So my guess is, for the majority of the first episode, the TARDIS is, as the TARDIS often is, out of action. So that's why they're having to traverse the world by a taxi. That's my guess. Could be wrong. But yeah, another shot of the picture we've seen on Instagram. So yeah, this is another shot of David in a back alley. A great shot of David here. I love this one. He looks very serious, probably because he's realised that he's being filmed and he's kind of like, this is basically confirmed to be Christmas. I'm thinking so. Someone did point out, actually, I'll see if I can find it, but someone pointed out on Twitter that one of the trees had like a bunch of festive lights on it, which, yeah, would kind of add credence to that. We've got shots of the toy maker, or what we assume to be the toy maker, and David Tennant facing off, which looks sick. Like, look at this. Catherine Tate, nice picture of Catherine Tate on set here. Sorry if I'm going too quick, but I'm just making sure that everyone sees everything. David. Something about an ood. I don't know what that's in reference to. Like, the funny thing about all this filming, I was saying it before, like, it feels like a fake, like, leak or a fake rumour, but this is actually what's happening. It's mental. Final filming update for the day, 5 PM, saw Neil Patrick Harris seemingly incite a hypnotic riot of extras. Oh, that's interesting. So, I think one of the specials will be on Christmas, yeah. I think that might happen. I think that's a possibility, I really do. Because they're filming so early, that's the thing, they're filming in June. And, like, they've got a lot of time, and they've already filmed quite a bit. Like, I don't think we're going to have to wait until November 2023 for the first special. I don't think. Like, I could be wrong, but I'm reckoning, you know, first special, maybe Christmas. Second one, maybe like a sort of spring Eastery one, and then, like, maybe, or like a summer one. And then the third one, possibly to coincide with the show's actual 60th anniversary, which will be the big epic finale to this. So it'll basically be, rather than, like, a one-off 60th episode, it'll be, like, a small 60th, like, run of episodes, a small 60th series akin to that of the 2009 specials. That's what I think is going on there, I reckon. So, yeah, so here we can see, like, a bunch of rubble and stuff as well, which implies that, like, maybe a building gets blown up? I'm not sure. That, or, like, there's, like, debris or something, like... And then, yeah, we see here again, there's an advertisement for a continental, like, ferry thing, which is, oh yeah, this is dated for 1925, so this carries on the trend of the posters' dates being all over the place. The posters explicitly show the circus coming into town during the Christmas period. The dates are written on it. That's true, but, like, literally every other poster has, like, a contradictory date. So that's why I'm a bit like, because this one here says Friday 30th October, and it says Edinburgh, Glasgow. These were all put there by the crew, apparently. And then we have this Wand and Sun umbrella company, which, again, you know, it's blocked off, so I assume this is part of the scene. And then we got these, like, barrels, which are akin to, like, pirate barrels. So I'm reckoning time is all out of whack. I still think a Christmas special is possible, but I don't know whether the dates on, like, the date on the circus poster itself is proof. I mean, it could be. It could be. It absolutely could be. I'm just not 100%. And yeah, we've got more shots of unit soldier, unit with a Puma bag, which I think is quite great. David here, and then this I think is the latest video as of me going live 7 minutes ago, which was, what's this? I'm trying to figure out what's happening and I can't. I don't think a lot's going on. Someone just beeped outside my door. Did you hear that? I don't know who that was. But yeah, so that's what I can see. Jay just said I don't know what that's in reference to. Is that a reference to the fact that, like, all the dates on the all the dates on the signs are different? Because yeah, if you notice, I'll see if I can find the others for you, because I haven't shown them in a while. Might be a while, but for me to find them now. But yeah, basically every different poster has like completely contradictory dates on it. Like one said 2014, one said like 1925, I think. So my grand theory is this. I sort of did a video talking about what I thought it was. I reckon all of this is like the toy maker's domain. I reckon, for lack of a better term, this is his toy box. That's why he seems to have control over the people and allows them to go insane. The toy maker is orchestrating this whole scenario. That's why I think, like, everything's like, all the dates are out of order. The Doctor's got Jodie's TARDIS. Like, I think this is not reality. I think there's something messed up about it, and I think the toy maker's got something to do with it. That's why I think, you know, all of this stuff is going down. That's my, like, grand thesis, and, like, the whole... And I think that's the reason, like, Beat the Meep and the Wrath Warriors, or what we assume to be those, are there as well. Like, these obscure villains perhaps being summoned in by the toy maker, or being, you know, recreated by the toy maker, or something like that. Like, yeah, I think that's the case. Okay, we got some more stuff. Tennant, Tennant, you can sort of, I think you can make him out in the background there, but you can see the taxi, which has been in every single scene. Yeah, which is what I'm assuming they're using to traverse the story. Darren, did you catch the poster that's missing Christmas Day? Yeah, so the clown, the circus poster makes reference to the circus being in town from, I believe, like the 14th of December up until like the 30th or the 31st of December or something like that, which obviously is like what circus runs on Christmas. Well, apparently this one. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we got this like weird clown image. Yeah, no. Okay, that's definitely a Celestial toy maker thing. Look at, okay, that's, yeah, no. It's got to be the toy maker. It just has to be. Like, come on. Look at these two. Like, people are pointing out, like, look at that. They're like the same, you know? David getting in a taxi, like waving goodbye and stuff. It's gotta be the toy maker. Like, I can't see it there being a reality where it's not the toy maker. Do you think Beat the Meep and the toy maker are going to be separate stories? Here's my thing. I think what Beat the Meep and the Wrath Warriors will be, they'll be in the first episode. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think Beat the Meep and the Wrath Warriors are going to be that big a deal. I reckon they're going to be the first episode diversion threat. They're kind of going to be like the, you know, the first initial threat, and it's going to start off as a relatively traditional story of, you know, Doctor trying to stop a sort of alien war conflicty thing, and unit get involved. But throughout that story, I think we're going to get like little hints towards things not being quite right. This is just my guesses, by the way. I don't know any of this for fact, but I think so. In that episode, we're going to see little things being wrong, like maybe, ooh, you know, why is the TARDIS Jodie Whittaker's? Why is, you know, all of these posters all like different dates? Why are all the people, like, you know, mental or whatever? And then maybe there's a cliffhanger reveal, which is maybe what they're filming now, or maybe later, of bam, it's the Toymaker. The Toymaker is the reason the world is awry. And I think what the Beat the Meep and the Wrath Warriors are, they're like the sort of introductory threat. The only thing I can compare it to, I guess, is like the people are being controlled. Definitely, I think so. So yeah, the Grey Show in the Galaxy had clowns and stuff, right? It did, but that clown on that sign was deliberately modelled after the one from Celestial Toymaker. So I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure. Someone said they DM me something. I will take a look. Okay, interesting. So get this picture up. Yeah, no. So the circus dates are missing Christmas. So you've got 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 26th, 27th, 20... Literally every other date has been highlighted other than Christmas, which does give it more... does give the whole Christmas thing more credence, I think, yeah. At least for the first story. I think the first one with like Beat the Meep and the cliff, I think there's definitely going to be a cliffhanger involving the Toymaker, which is going to entice people to come back for the following special, I think. Because I think they're going to keep maybe like Neil Patrick Harris as like a sort of big reveal at the end of the episode. Because like that's going to keep the casuals coming on board. Like, oh my god, Neil Patrick Harris is playing a villain. Well, I got to watch the next one now. I think that's what they're going to do. I could be wrong, but yeah. And I think that's going to start on Christmas, and then maybe we'll have, like, as I said, maybe one in spring/summer, and then one to wrap it all up on the anniversary day. That's also true, yeah. It's almost like Christmas has been wiped out of reality. Maybe that's part of the story. Because the thing is, as well, someone did point out to me, if you look at, like, the Instagram, the picture of Neil Patrick Harris, let me see if I can get it up. Neil Patrick Harris. Let me just get a shot of him actually in the episode. If you look at this one, which a lot of people have kind of forgotten, or like not talking about as much now because we've seen him in a different look, it does kind of look weirdly like Santa Claus-esque. And he's a toy maker. It does very much fit the Christmas theme. He also kind of gives me Geppetto vibes from Pinocchio in this, because he's got like all the workshop tools and stuff. Hang on, let me get the bigger version, which I think is on the TV, Doctor Who TV website. Yeah, you can see here, it's kind of weirdly Santa Claus-y. You know, the sort of the circle rim glasses, the red like sort of aesthetic, and like the tools. It's kind of vintage Santa Claus-esque. So I think maybe that possibly contributes to that, maybe. It could also be that that some of the posters' information is deliberately inaccurate if they never intended to show them as close-ups in the episode. That is also true, but like RTD is known for placing deliberate Easter eggs in his arms are hurting from all that stretching. I don't know whether I'm stretching that much. I mean, maybe maybe saying that the Toymaker kind of looks like Santa is a bit of a stretch, but I don't know. But in regards to like posters, I know that he does like to have little references, like Vote Saxon is probably the most famous example. He'd hide that in like other episodes and other shows even that weren't even, Doctor Who, just to build up the mystery of Vote Saxon. So I do think there is a reason why those dates are like that. Whether it is a deliberate misdirect or whether it is an indication of what the story is actually going to be remains to be seen. But I don't know, I'm reckoning. Now this is part 2. The other 2 aren't canon because my internet died. Did Neodan clickbait the post-regeneration scenes video? I've not seen that video, so I'm not sure. So they don't want to give away plot information with props if you don't have to. That's true. Although in the centenary there was a box that had master props written on it. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, then again, that is a different production team, I know, but it's still quite funny. Is it Chinchilla Central? I'm not sure what that's referring to. Can't wait for the reveal that it's actually the Valiard and confirm with the box saying Valiard props. The thing is, though, RTD would probably do that deliberately just to be like, oh, let's throw them off the scent. Let's make them think it's the Valiant, you know? Darius now has 14.6 subscribers. Do I? Let me have a look. I knew we were pretty close. I knew we were bordering on it. But if we are, then thank you. Hopefully we can get to 15,000 soon. That'd be nice. Oh yeah, we do. Thanks everyone. Yeah, no, it would be kind of funny if there was like a Valiant props thing on it. How do you think they're going to handle the aftermath of the Flux? I don't think they really will. I think it's largely not going to be addressed, or if it is, maybe, I mean, they could throw in a one-off line of maybe, you know, the reason that, like, the toy maker can manipulate time in such a way is due to the influence of the Flux or something. I don't know. I think it's more likely that they probably just won't address it. That's my guess, but I could be wrong. I often am about these things, you know, I'm just guessing like the rest of y'all. Maybe Meet the Meep are dolls in the universe and the toy maker brings it to light. That's possible. That's possible. Maybe, oh, here's an idea. If they wanted to get really meta about it, have the toy maker reading comics and seeing those guys in it and being like, I could use you as some sort of alien for my greatest scheme, you see. And then he like brings them to life. I don't know what that voice was. Thank you to Jeremy Meerkat for the £3 super chat and the thumbs up lemon emoji. That's a very cool emoji. Do you think Russell has watched the Moffat and Chibnall era? Yeah, I think so. I think he watches all of it. Like, he's a big Doctor Who fan. Like, because he's posted like, you know, drawings of him with like drawing 13, and like he bought the Revolution Dalek. So my assumption is yes, probably. Manifesting a Sinister Six villains team up with the Toymaker, Trickster, or whoever else. Oh, that'd be so good. You know, I did say one of like, because obviously before we knew about the Toymaker and before that was confirmed, I did think a sick idea for the 60th would be if it was the Trickster who like said, I can grant, like imagine, right, we get a flashback to the end of time, like we get a flashback to that scene of the Doctor going like, I don't want to go, and the Trickster's like, you don't have to go. I'll grant you this wish. All you have to do is agree. And then, yeah, that's the story that we set up. I think that'd be cool. I mean, to be fair, you could still do a similar thing with the Toymaker. He did complain about the Timeless Children on Twitter. If I remember correctly, he said something about how Journey's End's ending is kind of undermined by the fact that there's like 388 Doctors or something to that effect. Although I feel like you could kind of say that about any story. Like, okay, why don't the other companions and Doctors shit? Because, I don't know. Like, it's quite funny, but like, at the same time, I don't know whether that's... I don't know. The State of the Universe took the I'll explain later joke from Curse of Fatal Death too seriously. And it's not even I'll explain later, it's just, it's fine. It's that meme of the dog where it's like the house is on fire, but they're like, yeah, this is fine. Like that's what they're going off of. A hurricane across space destroying everything in its path. Yep. But apparently it's fine. So, yay. Or something. Good evening, fairies. Good evening to you. Yesterday, I got the 2008 Doctor Who Space Travels book for 20 quid. Very cool. I don't know whether that's a bargain because I didn't have the book, but I assume it is. And congratulations. Jodie will regenerate into David Tennant, and his first words will be new penis. That would be interesting. I think it's more likely that they're going to do the what thing, because of course they are. You know, the what the villain voice. You want to do the villain voice? It's like, yes, I can use these villains to increase my army. There you go. That's my voice. It's kind of like a weird mixture between like an announcer from like those old sort of war propaganda videos, like those British war propaganda videos, like, here we have Foxtrot Charlie on his way to intercept a U-boat or something. Like, it sounds weirdly like that for some reason. Like, that's how the Toymaker sounds to me, apparently. What I'd give for footage inside homes of certain various people who are involved again in the show discussing the timeless children when that was going on. Interesting. In fact, you know what would be cool, right? Imagine if they just like, because I know that there's been like rumors of Confidential and stuff, like imagine if They just, documented the journey in sort of like a, there's reality shows where they just like do like living with like, keeping up with the Kardashians or whatever. Imagine that, but it's like Tennant and his family's life throughout him coming back to do Doctor Who. What I'm essentially asking for is 5-ish Doctors 2, is essentially what I'm asking for, and I hope it happens. What I would give to with my Simon Farnaby era, is that a new actor? Would donate £20 to areas, but my student would donate to areas, but my student loan was only £20. That's fine. You don't have to donate. It just really helps out if anyone does. New Russell tweet. What? Russell? If they announce that there's a new diamond, I swear. If you post another 2 hearts plus something. Wait, was there a new? I can't see anything. Were you just trolling? I mean, to be fair, things are normally on Instagram anyway, but people normally tweet them out as soon as they exist. So, I just want to highlight this meme because it kind of depresses me somewhat. It just says Matt Smith dressed as 11 at his home waiting for RTD's phone call. I really, I do think it's probably going to be mostly 10, but I would like cameos from the others. Fake news? How long have they been filming for? I think they might be wrapping up now, but they were filming most of today, and I think they're doing the same thing tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for more stuff, I guess. Let me see if there's anything more on the main hashtag. Okay, video I took from today. This was earlier today. Tennant leaving for the lunch break. Let's have a look. For some reason I can't go full screen. There we are. It's weirdly blurry, but yeah. You get Tennant leave.
Hello, Z.
Yeah, he gets like a proper rock star accent. It's very cool. David here again. I think it's in the same scene where he's like leaving for lunch. Man, he looks sinister, like with the eyeshadow on. Like, look at that! Look at that! Look at that boy. Few pics took today. Did we look at these? Yeah, I think we did. So yeah, cool though. It's 10, and yeah, it's very good. Simon Farnaby's of horrible histories. He was also footman in the Paddington. Oh yes, I know the one. Really, him as the Doctor? I mean, as possible. Like, I don't know whether I find the Timeless Child tweet Russell posted. I think it's been deleted now, but I do remember asking someone about it. Let me see if I can find it. I think actually, you know who I think might have put it in a video once? I think Full Fat Videos might have put it in a video once. Let me see if I can find it. Let me just do a little bit of a search here. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, that's not it. What was I looking for? I know the person that I saw it, but oh well. I'll find it later. I think it's been deleted now for a while, but I just arrived in Camden. I don't think they're filming in Camden, but that's cool. Tomorrow and Friday, same schedule. Okay. I wonder how many months they're filming for. I'm not sure. I am going away for this weekend, so maybe like hopefully they're filming in studio those days. But knowing my luck, they'll drop another big announcement this weekend. Because that's always what happens. Neil Patrick Harris's Unbound Scongo? Yes. The Valiard and the Celestial Toymaker are likely. Yeah, I'm thinking probably the Toymaker now, but it could be a deliberate front. Yeah. I think you might be right about your theory of the plot for the 60th. I might well be, but I might be completely wrong. if you do want to see more about my theory for the 60s, I did do a whole video on that. I'll link it in the chat. I am probably going to head off in a little bit because I've streamed twice today, but I appreciate everyone turning out. Obviously, I had a bit of technical difficulties earlier today, but I have really enjoyed covering all this stuff with you, as I always do. You know, I love doing this. It's so much fun that I just get to sit and look at filming, and I can call that being productive. It's great. But yeah, would they have done studio filming already to save the public knowing stuff? I think they probably have done other, studio bound stuff, which is why I'm thinking, my hopes for, sort of other Doctors, i.e. Smith, Capaldi, I mean, I think, Eccleston's pretty much a write-off. My hopes for that are lower. I don't think they're impossible, given that I'm pretty sure they have been doing studio bound stuff. So it's not impossible that they've been filming with Tennant in public, but they just snuck Peter Capaldi and Matt Smith through the back door of Bad Wolf to film a one-off scene or something, which would be neat. I'm not saying that's happening for definite, but I'm not going to rule it out entirely. He really needs to bring in the Rani. I feel like I want the Rani to stay out of the Doctor Who just so that the meme can stay going. Just so that people can carry on asking for the Rani and it never happens. Almost always folks' theories are wrong. That is true. And I'm more than willing for mine to be proven wrong. But I don't know, I feel like I got a pretty good one. Spent all day watching the DWSL Twitter updates and I'm totally geeking massively. RTD brought back my Doctor Who excitement. Honestly, same. What have I missed? A bunch of filming things. Neil Patrick Harris is the Rani. Imagine they pull that twist. Doctor, you thought I was a maker of toys, but I'm a maker of many other machinations. I go by one name, the Rani. I don't know. I have a feeling the 60th will be multiple episodes. It's definitely going to be. They would not be filming this early if it's just one episode in November 2023. There's just no way. If the Rani returns, the meme will simply evolve. Yeah, no, people will start doing a not my Rani hashtag then. That'd be quite funny. The over-reliance on the Master is absurd to me. RTD ended the Time Lords. He now should be bringing them back strongly. I mean, I kind of disagree. I'm kind of the opinion that, the Time Lords, I wouldn't mind just, them leaving them for a while. But I did also have a good idea on how to use them in the RTD era, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll recommend that one too. It's called, let me see if I can get it up on screen if you want to watch what I would do with Gallifrey and the Time Lords, I guess, going forward. It's called What Doctor Who Needs to Do with Gallifrey. Posted that about a day ago, just before all of the major filming stuff started happening. So it kind of got buried by algorithm stuff. But yeah, it's this one here. If you want to watch it, feel free. But yeah. I hope the Daleks don't come back because they've been used too many times. I think they can be used well. I think the problem is there's been an abundance of them in cameo roles, which I don't think helps. I also think the problem with Chibnall's Daleks to me is they're just a bit samey, his Dalek stories. I don't know. I think you can do new interesting things with them. Plot twist, Sarah Did Adventures Rani is the Rani. Yeah, that'd be quite funny. Someone's just photoshopped, Jerry the Meerkat just photoshopped Neil Patrick Harris in Darry's merch. Big agree. He would love it, I'm sure. Represent my boy. Neil Patrick Harris wearing the Theris merch. You love to see it. They have to use the Daleks yearly. If they don't, they lose the license. That is still a rumour at this point. I mean, I'm inclined to believe it's true. But I don't think... I mean, to be fair, though, Flux was all in 1 year. That was all in 1 year. And they were in it, twice. So, I don't know whether that's necessary. Theris, Doctor Who and the Time Lords are intrinsically linked. This new era has missed their iconic standing. I don't know whether they need to be that big of a presence, though. I think part of the problem with the Chibnall era, to me, well, maybe one of the problems, I don't know. I feel like a lot of casuals don't really care about Time Lord lore that much. obviously I know we as fans liked hearing about Gallifrey, but I mean, even me personally, I don't find it like the most interesting part about Doctor Who. I like Gallifrey, but there are other parts of Doctor Who I like to see explored. You know, it's not, you know, it's not something I want to be the only thing that's explored, I guess. Thoughts on the centenary? I think it looks like a Chibnall episode. That's all I can really say on it, because that's all we know. They don't have the rights to the Rani. Yeah, I did hear they didn't have the rights to the Rani, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if they can get the Daleks to work, I don't see why the Rani would be that big of an issue. I don't know. Yeah, they've got, yeah, it is basically just a female incarnation of the Master. I think the Rani thing is more like a meme than anything else. Like I don't know that many die-hard Rani fans outside of, like, you know, if anyone is a die-hard Rani fan, I don't mean to upset you, but I don't know anyone who's like, yeah, the Rani, she's so cool when she did that whole Rani thing that she does. You know, what do you think the most interesting parts of Doctor Who? Good question. I want to say I think the Doctor as a character is inherently interesting. Like this idea of someone who, I think one of the Matt Smith shorts has a really great quote of like, I've turned all of the universe into my backyard, and what do you have at the end of the day? A backyard. I love the idea of someone who is so accustomed to traveling space that it doesn't even faze them anymore. Like, I think that's an inherently interesting thing, and I also think, like, the idea of this ancient being that also kind of, but is like constantly lonely and seeking companionship. There's something just quite profound and interesting about that. I also think, I think for Doctor Who, I like when it uses time, not to a overbearing degree, but I think the time travel mechanics can be like really interesting. I think its characters are the main thing. Like I said, the Doctor is one of them. But like characters for me are what drive most things. You know, that's what gets me invested in properties, in movies, in films, in games. It's the characters, and that's one of my major like issues with the Chibnall era is I don't have a lot to connect with the characters. So for me, characters are always some of the most interesting parts of any show. So yeah, that's my answer to that. For the Timeless Child reveal lessons RTD decision at making the last Time Lords. So now we can reintroduce them. Again, I'm just not that bothered about what they do with the Time Lords or the Timeless Child for that matter. Like, I've seen some people being like, bah, they need to retcon the Timeless Child. I'm like, just do what they always do. Just sort of like, if there's something you don't really want to touch, just don't cover it. Like, I don't know whether they need to have like a whole episode or a whole big deal of decanonizing it. Just tell a new story. And if it doesn't fit in with that, then just ignore it. Like, it's what they did with the TV movie, you know, the half-human thing. Like, they just sort of ignored it. And then, eventually, Russell wrote over it with the Meta Crisis saying, oh, there's never been another Time Lord like me who's part human. Like, I don't know whether it needs a whole, like, big ceremonious retcon where the universe gets reset. I just don't know whether it needs that. Like, I think I'd rather they just focus on telling new things. Handles is better than Rusty. Yes, Handles is unironically right. The death of Handles in Time of the Doctor is more emotional than either of the companion accents in the current era. And that's sure is a take that would probably annoy some people, but I don't care, because it's true. It doesn't bother me either, the story needs to be good, and that's it. Exactly. Like, I just don't really mind, you know? If they want to ignore it, they should just ignore it. Like, I don't know whether it needs a big major retcon. But yeah, I think that about wraps up everything anyway. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to pop off now because it's been a solid while of me streaming. I've streamed twice today. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, the second one, it took a while to get going because my internet kept dying. But that's probably for the best because we ended up having more to cover than if I'd have started earlier. And I'd probably had to drag it out a bit longer. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.